I wish I could have been reassured everything's going to be all right. We'll love you regardless. But my family didn't know how. My father didn't know how to say that. He don't say that. Men don't say shit like that. I'm DeAunté Damper. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I'm happy to be here today. I have a twin, and I'm the third out of six. So at the end of the day, for my brother, I just always felt like I had to be like him. I had to be like him and my cousin because I wasn't manly enough. I was still calling ESPN Espen, okay? At the end of the day, I know that I grew up in a middle class family. My father owns his own business. My mother was a nurse. And I just grew up knowing that I was different. And it probably wasn't easy for my family to kind of deal with because they're very church conservative. And here in Seattle, we have a, well, the black church folks, especially back then, they have no problem with putting you in boxes. And I never really had an opportunity to be myself because I had to be what everyone else wanted me to be. Growing up, I didn't know what we looked like. Not just as black men, but as gay men. Like at the end of the day, they didn't have that. They didn't have that here. We snuck into the rebar on Saturday nights, and you walk up to a black guy, and he would say, "Well, only date white guys. You're cute for a black guy." A black guy telling me I'm cute for a black guy. Thanks. How do I date? No, I'll just deal with these Thursday nights because obviously I can't go out and just try to find a good man or a man of color. I met this guy, and this guy was different. Like I can just the best way to describe him is it felt like Christmas morning every time I was with him. Like he was where I was. We both fell in shit. We both all fucked up, but at the same time, finally started getting to the point where I thought I was being understood. I thought that no, I was being understood. I met him where he was at, and he met me everywhere I am. And that's a lot of places. But either way, it felt good to have a good man, or a, I had a good man, and that lasted for about a year. Come to find out he was stealing money. And at the end of the day, when I confronted him about it, oh, he gave me an STD. My first STD, 27. Who would have thought? When I ended up confronting him about that, he left town. Never seen him. Never seen him again at that point. 2 days of me staying there, I went to go donate my plasma. Cause shit, a bitch was broke, okay? And Newports there are $6. So if I go donate my plasma, I can get 2 packs of Newports and still have enough money to go out with my friends for the night. So the next day I got a call from the lady that worked at the plasma center. And she was like, "Oh yeah, well we have your money." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" So they're gonna pay me double. So I need to go back down there. So I go back down there to go pick up my money. And she's like, "Oh well, it's not about money. We need to let you know that you may have syphilis or HIV." I'm like, bitch, I'm supposed to be going back home. I just bounced back from something. What do you mean? Oh, it gotta be syphilis. It has to be syphilis because I know it's not HIV. Because the only person I've been sleeping with is Christmas morning. So I ended up going to get a rapid test with one of my friends. And I can't remember that lady's name. She was like one of the most sweetest ladies. Remember the Sharon, Lois, and Bram Elephant Show? Do you guys remember that? She was like Lois, you know? She was like really, really sweet, just the sweetest lady. And I just remember wanting to get the fuck out of there, her to tell me I'm negative so I can leave. I had shit I had to do that night. But it didn't happen that way. She told me I was positive, and she reached in to give me this big hug. And of course, I put my hand right in her face and I said, bitch, give me 5 minutes. I just need to smoke a cigarette. By the time I finished that cigarette, I made a call to a friend that I had in Philadelphia who I knew worked as a navigator there. And I said, look, bitch, we've lost a lot of friends. And I don't want to be a lost one. The thing for me is, it's like, well, I don't know how to introduce you to this new DeAunté. Because Seattle still deals with the stigma, with not even stigma. They don't even know what HIV with Black and Latinos looks like because there's not very, besides POCAAN. To me personally, they don't, besides seeing it on TV, here in Western Washington, there's no avenue. There's nothing from what I've seen. Coming back home and getting the resources that I needed, such as community, thinking about oppression and overcoming obstacles. Remember that I have a passion. I love people. I love seeing people laugh. And I love seeing people win. Adherence. You can't move without that. Especially living in this beautiful new body. You can't navigate without a compass. And I'm just so happy for POCAAN, for them giving me that opportunity to shine a light on my community that probably thought I forgot about them. But I haven't came full circle, but actually I have came full circle because at the end of the day, from what I've been taught, I should have stayed in Philadelphia and just swept everything under the rug. But I came back home and I'm doing exactly what God wants me to. And I hope to do more.